now we have question number 10, which is the second last question of this chapter. That is, how is a key helpful in the identification and classification of an organism? So first of all, we need to understand that what is key. Then we are going to talk about how is it useful to identify an organism or to classify an organism. Alright. So what do you understand by key? So key is actually a taxonomical aid which is helpful to identify any organism. Alright. These keys are based on similarities and dissimilarities of a character generally occurring in a pair, which can be called as couplet. Alright. Now each statement in a key is referred to as lead. Alright, so this is key. That key is actually a taxonomical aid which helps us to identify the organism, which helps us to classify the organism into different categories, into their respective categories. These keys are based on similarities and dissimilarities of characters generally occurring in a pair called as couplet. Each statement in a key is known as lead. Alright, so first of all we are going to write what is key. So key is a taxonomical aid, helps us to classify the organism into their respective group. Okay, and keys looks like this. We have separate columns, and in one column we will have similarities, in another column we will have dissimilarities, and the statements given like this: first statement, second statement of similarity, second statement of dissimilarities. Generally the statements occur in pair. Alright, so key looks like this. We have a lot of statements parallelly in the column of similarities and in the column of dissimilarities, and these pair of statements are actually known as couplet, and each individual statement, suppose if the statement 1 is given in the similarities and statement 1 is given in the dissimilarities, both the statement number 1 in similarities and statement 1 in dissimilarities, both are a couplet. Alright, and each statement, suppose statement number 1, statement number 2, statement number 1 in dissimilarities column, statement number 2 in dissimilarities column, each statement in key is referred to as lead. So I'm writing here that key is a taxonomical aid which can help us to classify the organism into their respective group, and these keys are based on similarities and dissimilarities of characters occurring in pair called as couplet. Alright, I hope you understood that what is couplet. Now each statement in a key is referred to as lead. Each and every statement in a key is referred to as a lead. These two terms are very, very important. They can be asked in board and they can be asked in NEET. So couplet and lead are the most important terms related to the taxonomical aid key. So you have to remember these two terms, couplet and lead. Now, how it can help us to classify any organism? So when we classify any taxonomic group or any taxonomic rank such as family, order, genus, etc., we classify them according to the key. We classify them according to these dissimilarities and similarities given in the key. And also this key actually can help us to identify any unknown organism based on the similarities and dissimilarities given in a key. So this is how any key which includes the similarities and dissimilarities in it can help us to identify, can help us to classify the taxonomic rank into different categories, and as well as it can help us to identify any unknown organism. Suppose we are finding or discovering any organism, we will see the characters, and we will match those characters which are given in the key as similarities and dissimilarities. We will see the organism and we will think that, oh, this organism is actually looking like this. This actually the organism resembling that organism. We will find the key related to that particular organism and we will read the statements given in the key, and then we will match the characters. We will match the similarities and dissimilarities as well to the newly discovered organism, and accordingly then we will classify the newly discovered organism into its respective category. Alright, so this is how a key can be useful to identify all unknown organism as well as to classify different ranks. So this is the complete answer of question number 10.